Decision making, why is it tough? This is again an excellent slide. I'd like you to pay attention. This slide is given to CEOs, but this slide is something which youngsters should understand. You may not be able to relate everything which is inside the slide, but I like you to try to see what I'm saying. It's better to do less PPTs with more inputs than doing more PPTs with less depth. In the context of decision making, under uncertainty, we have already come to the conclusion that we take decisions under uncertainty, right or wrong? You will never take decision based on 100% information, right or wrong? Auditors may have all the information and they audit you. And they tell you, Sai Kumar, you should have done this. I say, it's very simple. You should have known this. I used to be very good in bridge. Indian Institute of Science, a great place. I am very proud to be in that institution. 62 to 65. And we were finals, team bridge, Culbertson bridge, conventional bridge. I was also very good, along with my partners. And after everything, especially when we lose the game in the finals, we will have 6-7 days arguments. This is what you should have guessed that. He made 2 no trumps to 3 clubs and this. You should have known that this should have been on this side. Because everything is known, everybody can tell you, including your own wife, who has no idea about bridge. So telling something when everything is known is not a big rocket science. To tell you now to take decision, what should you do, is a science. So in the context of decision making under uncertainty, a good decision is one that is based on sound decision making principles. Decision making, collect information, find out what is happening, connect your experts, Google search, that search, complete your information, get to know from your colleagues, experts, consultants. Decision making processes, principles you should follow. Because the decision must usually be made before uncertainty is resolved. You are making decision now for future to reduce the uncertainty. But that you may not able to succeed in that, in resolution. Decision may not be perfect. Because the decision must usually be made before uncertainty is resolved, a good decision might have unlucky consequences. I might have taken a good decision, but the outcome could be unlucky. I tried hard, but the outcome has not worked. Luck element, you may call it. I don't know. I tried hard. I took all the necessary decision. However, decision makers should not be criticized for unlucky outcomes. They should be criticized only if their analysis at the time of decision making has to be made is faulty. If I have taken decision without considering everything and I have put $1 million in the stock exchange without knowing whether this mutual fund will grow or not, without doing due diligence, I have put companies $1 million and their stock has become bad, that's it. He should be criticized. The financial crisis of 2008 is not the decision making which is being criticized, is they have taken decisions of giving mortgages without doing due diligence. Therefore, the decision to give the mortgages was wrong. not the outcome. Because they did not follow decision-making process. If you are earning $50,000, how can you own a home at $500,000 value? Process was wrong, and I'm not worried about the outcome. So there is a process and there is an outcome. Process must be right. Outcome may be good or may be bad. Because processes were wrong, outcome has to be bad. Are you with me on this slide? It's a very, very important slide. Look, 4 or 5 slides I showed you, very, very important. Among all the slides, this is the most important slide for you to understand. Benefits of risk management is minimize management by crisis. Marpeat, this, that. We don't plan crisis. Crisis is the result of not planning. There are 2 types of crisis. One is tsunami, disasters, unnatural things. Natural things happen unnaturally, not in a natural pattern. Even that we should have predicted if we had good systems. More and more information you have, more and more you can predict weather conditions, this and that. 17th century people could not predict when the weather will come, what rains will come. Now with the latest technological things, we can predict better. Management by crisis is reduced if you do risk management. Minimize surprises and problems. Minimize surprises, risk management. Gain competitive advantage because you are in a better control. If that thing happens, that is what I shall do. If, then. What if? What if the light breaks down here? What if you are not able to hear me? Yes, come more close, we can do something. It may not be the best, but we can do something. Decrease overhaul project variances. It may time overruns, cost overruns, it shall come down. Increase probability of project success. You have better control of the project. Increase profitability. You are well prepared. If you are well prepared having a spare part, then you don't have to worry. But you have to get the spare part from the city. You might have to send a car. It will cost you 1,000 rupees to get the component. A preparation. What is to be done, how is to be done. Means you reduce your cost of preparation. Project risk scope. What is our scope? Our scope was project management, risk management. During the scope, some questions came up about autocracy, disadvantages, political systems, what happens, this. It's all right. For lunchtime we discussed. There is a risk. If I start continuing on the line, dictatorship, democracy, this, Hong Kong, blue, good, bit, project will be finished. Project management program has now become disaster management program. You need experience. You need experience to make sure scope does not creep. If you have understood this, you have understood everything. There will be change in the scope. Challenge is not to make it perfect scope. Perfection doesn't exist. But minimize the scope change. People will tell you, do this, do that. No. This is the menu. This is what we want to do. We cannot add now. Any suggestion? Next time. Professor, I'll give you this example which you can quote in IPE. Scope change. risk in scope change. Nizamuddin Bridge in Delhi was funded by JICA, Japanese agency, investment agency. They were providing the funds to India for building that bridge. Our professors from IIT Delhi, when they saw the design of this bridge, they were critical that they have taken a lot of safety factor. So the Ministry of Surface Transport that time, late 90s, late 80s, 1991. I happened to be there in one meeting. And I'm telling you exactly. The government joint secretaries, and sometimes secretaries, IITs, consultants, and Japanese, 2 or 3 engineers and people were building the bridge. Tu, me, who, design, calculation, overloaded, this loaded. Japanese will listen 1 hour, 1.5 hours. Finally, they would say, thank you, you are right. We will do all these things in the next bridge. And they were paying the money. It was totally funded by Japan. They might have provided over, but therefore the scope changed. What Japanese don't do in that bridge, and as generally they don't do, they take a lot of time to plan what should be the scope. Once they plan, they don't have scope change. They change minor here and there, but not change. Changing a scope is very, very troublesome. You take time, enough time to decide what you want. You want to cauliflower sabji? Okay, cauliflower sabji for the dinner tonight. But at 7:30 you don't tell, no, I want mutton sabji. No. You will get cauliflower. So this is a very, very important part of risk. Risk is at the center stage. Therefore you see risk here at the center stage. Scope change, no. Time, scope, project risk. I mentioned before, Professor Mishra came about doubtful information integrity, which I told you that if you become corporate executive tomorrow, must not do that. To succeed as a CEO, you shall become. Time management, big risk. I have seen for last 41 years here. Somebody will commit something. No, sir, leave it to me. Leave it to me. I will do it in 2 days or 1 week. There's no reason for telling 1 week. There's no work done. Why will it take so much time? Uske man mein aa gaya. After 1 week, then excuse why he could not do. Sir, give me 2 more weeks. Then 3 more weeks. 7th time, he will keep on telling you time. He's not accurate about time. He is so shameless.
It is something like Banaras. If you go there, ask anybody, they say, ho jayega sir. Ho jayega sir. So when you go there, they are guess done.
This exactly.
Anytime, ho jayega sir.
Ho jayega. And many times people will say, and if the chairman is retiring next year, and the project takes 22 months, chairman is retiring, sir, no problem. It will be done in 13 months. You know chairman will be out now. Let it take more time. There is a pressure from the Secretary to Government of India. Let us say, for the sake of argument, it is getting uploaded on YouTube. Otherwise, I should not come into any breach of malign. But any government, if there is a pressure, anywhere in the world, I'm making it so that nobody puts finger on me. Anywhere in the world, pressure comes from the top. It has to be done in 3 years. Okay, sir. Bad like this. First level of psychophancy. He knows it is not possible. Yes, sir. He tells his boss, you better do it in 2 years, 9 months. No problem, sir. Another. It goes. And finally, a manager who's due for promotion, his senior manager says, Charlie, you are a good man, good institution. You should be able to do it in 16 months. He will negotiate Because if he does not negotiate, he is not a brilliant, no? He will negotiate, sir, let me come back to you. He will do some hugging-puzzing. He will say, sir, 20 months. And then again, or 18 months, again do. And Charlie's boss will put hand on the shoulder of this fellow, Charlie's boss, on Charlie. Because he is an HR manager. Charlie, you know, you have been my favorite, right? You will do it in 18 months, right? No problem, sir. 16 months, 20 months, 18 months, fine. Something which will take 2 years, 3 years, which is unrealistic, imposed to 2 years, 9 months, 2 years, this, finally, 1 year, 6 months, 18 months. Now this will create, this time estimate risk will create total demoralization of the project team. Total demoralization. Time estimates can go wrong. There should be a basis. Can go wrong by 10%, 5%, up and down. Because we don't know the future. We're trying to work hard. Challenge is not to get it overrun. So there is a challenge in time. Cost. There is no cost engineering in this country. There is not a single certified cost engineer in People's Republic of India, This discipline is 25 years old also, not 25, 20 years. I was the vice president of this council, ISEC, International Cost Engineering Council. PMA became, because the cost association in India, they were very limited in their outlook. They never wanted to become member of ISEC, international body. So and still they are not the member, because we are very narrow in our thinking in this respect. And you see the kind of costing they do costing, life cycle costing. How does it work? Very detailed. In fact, after I retire, in a sense, next year, I am planning, and I will involve Dr. Mishra. 2 of us will work day and night, in the night, and 2 of us, I am sure, by the end of 2015 or beginning 2016, we shall be 2 certified cost. He will be called CCC, Certified Cost Consultant, and I shall be called CCE, Certified Cost Engineer. Because I am an engineer, he is not. That is the only distinction, but the process is exactly the same. CCC, CCE. You will see this in less than 18 months. I have not asked him, but he's younger to me. I'll force him. I will come on the weekend.